my fucking mohawk.
Yeah! Here we go.
Yeah.
Very first episode of, I guess, the show. I decided to start probably 4 days ago or whatever. Been watching a lot of these type of things on the YouTubes. So I figured, why not? Why not me, right? I can go ahead and do it. Name of the show is Jamming Out All Badass. If you know me, you probably heard me say that plenty of times. It's Joaba for short, kind of like those dorks that say New Wabum, right? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so I guess the format is, I'll bring somebody on. Usually, it's probably mostly going to be friends of mine that are in bands, maybe not. Some other people kind of talk about what they got going on in their projects, whether it be a band, a label, whatever. And then we'll talk about, I always like hearing people talk about some of their favorite albums. Everybody gets all excited about it. So, it's cool. I'm the same way. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. Like I said, hey, if you're watching, thank you. If you like it, hey, cool. If not, yeah, that's cool too. But, kind of help us spread the word on this, trying to get the word out, like the video, comment. If you have any comments on anything that we cover, please just go ahead and comment. And subscribe on the subscribe button, the little bell thing or whatever. Joining us, or I guess joining me on this historic day, got my good buddy Mike Abominator from Ruin. He's in Vrenth also, and Dirty Mike and the Boys, and whatever. You guys might remember him from Grave Hill and plenty of other stuff. Mike, kind of let us know what you got going on, what you've been up to, man, and let's get this rolling.
Cool. It's an honor to be pissing in the pot here for the first time on your show. Appreciate you having me on. And currently right now, I think those of you who know me know I'm a pretty busy motherfucker. So always got a lot going on, it seems like, whether it's recording or merch. Other various shit. Right now, I'm in the middle of coordinating the third Ruin full length, Spread Plague Death, and I snuck you a couple songs, so we're pretty close to the final mix. Trying to place all the samples and all that kind of stuff, so we should be done with all that hopefully in a week. And then we're going to be sending that off to Dan over at Mammoth Mastering. And then he probably has a 2-week window because he's got some time right now. So we should have the masters sent off to get made within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So that's good news.
Sick.
So we're keeping busy with that. Vrenth. Let's see, Vrenth. We have a split coming out with Depraver, who's another killer band here from Southern California. And let's see, Cavernous Records is doing the CD. They're out of England. And Nero One is going to do the tape. So Robert's doing the tape over here.
Robert!
And, what's up, Robert? And that I really don't know when that's going to come out.
Right.
It depends on production. And vinyl production's the slow one right now. That's pretty, that delays a lot of these album releases. CDs don't take very long at all. They're not as high in demand and they're easy to make. And, tapes, they take a little longer these days because they're more in demand, but they're a lot quicker than vinyl. So
right.
We don't have anybody doing the vinyl right now. So that'll come out pretty quick. And then I believe from what Christian said, Charlie is booking some drum tracking time early next month for the second Vrenth album. So, him and Christian will be doing that. All I do on that is just growl on it. So it's easy, basically, especially with the fucking pandemic going on right now. Pretty much both bands, everybody's doing remote stuff, guitar. Right. It's hard to get everybody in a room. Obviously David and I track the basic foundation of the Ruin stuff together. Christian and Charlie have been able to figure out a remote way to do the Vrenth stuff. So, fuck, man, I feel lucky I'm able to continue to do what I do these days with the circumstances that are fucking surrounding us in the world right now. So,
Yeah, dude, that's cool. I think we've both been kind of busy on with our bands. We haven't. I mean, we don't tour or anything like that. So we just record, get together. So it's cool that you've actually. I think you've probably been busier than anybody I know. So that's fucking awesome, dude. And if you, I did. Mike mentioned I did listen to the couple of new Ruin tracks. They haven't cold laked out. I'll tell you that yet. It's still heavy as fuck, man. It's still heavy as fuck. They still don't have a cold lake in their discography yet, but it's heavy as fuck. It's still heavy as shit out there. So it rules, dude. So hell yeah.
We're 10 times uglier than Tom G. Warrior and those other motherfuckers back then. So we try to dress like that. That'll just make people just totally vomit. I mean, Ruin's bad enough as it is. So,
I don't know, man. People nowadays are like, Cold Lake's not that bad. Yeah, it is. It is that bad. Shut the fuck up. It is that bad. So
that should be a death penalty for anybody that says that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. It's like, no, man. I don't know. If it sucked then, it sucks now. Nothing changed.
Sucks even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Pisses me off even more.
So I did wear my Ruin shirt for you today. I have the OG one. This is the first one you made, right?
That's I think that we did some logo shirts and we did that one.
Yeah, so I'm not a poser, man. I got the old stuff. Been there from the beginning, and this thing right here. Remember this?
Oh shit! There you go.
The little you got blurry. But this came with the first demo, right?
Yep, that's the first demo bag, man.
It's got the little noose. Got a bunch of
almost as rare as the Thy Feeble Savior box.
Oh yeah, I got that right here too. But it came with a bunch of cool stuff. So
yeah,
Robert did this, right? If I remember.
Robert,
Nero One did some cool shit, man. Yeah, I know he did stuff for us too. So that's awesome. So anyway, I'm representing Ruin today, baby.
Fuck yeah.
So anyhow, I was gonna ask you, Abominator, where the hell did that come from? Who gave you that name? Did you give yourself that name or what?
It was a nickname. I think Rhett from Gravehill gave me that name. We talked about doing a death metal band back in like 2006 because both of our projects kind of just fell by the wayside that we were in at the time, and we were talking about we got to do some nicknames for this band. That's what they originally had back in 2000 when he got that rolling with Mike and Shane, the original guys. So everybody had a nickname. So it just kind of clicked. He's like, "Wow, fucking, you're Mike Abominator because you're an Abominator," and it was kind of funny. Oh shit! All right, that works.
Well, I didn't know that was
a band from Australia too, so it kind of it was fucking. It's kind of a fit. I was like, "Oh, cool, fuck yeah."
Yeah, I didn't know that was like a known thing or not because I don't think I've ever heard you mention that anywhere.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I've ever publicly talked about that or not. It was just kind of a inside joke between Rhett and I back in the day when we got Gravehill going, and it just kind of stuck and went from there. So
hell yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I don't have any cool nicknames, but whatever. Except Positive Polito. People like calling me.
You're the old coot from Clute, man.
Yeah, exactly. Clute, Texas, baby. So how are things in California right now? You guys able to move around or what's going on? Because here in Texas, it's, I think you've probably heard that we're kind of opening up and all that. So
yeah. I mean, how is that going for you guys? Is now that you've opened up, is the case count going up or is it pretty much done?
I mean, to be honest, I really haven't been paying attention. I really don't go anywhere except, go to work and a couple places here and there. But most places, believe it or not, are still requiring everybody to wear a mask if they go in. But of course, you're still going to see people that are like just going to go in and not wear one. Well, that's fine, whatever. But it's not like nobody's wearing a mask out here. People are like are probably thinking that's what's going on, but that's far from the truth. There's still a lot of people still kind of taking that route. And most businesses, I'd say everyone I've been to, maybe except a couple of them are, hey, mask required and all that. But there are a lot of, I think there's shows actually starting up. I've seen people talking about playing shows and this and that coming up. And, people are excited. Bands, oh, yeah, we're gonna get to play. People are gonna come see us or whatever. We've had a year to play or a year to practice or get stuff together, and thinking people are still going to go to their shows. But and in the same time, in the year and a half, their friends have probably thought of new reasons not to go see them play. You know what I mean? But hey, it's still kind of the same. It's changed a little bit, but it's not like mayhem out here or anything like that. Far from it. So,
yeah, it's pretty much it's similar here. Everybody's wearing a mask still. They're starting to open up. Like I think the schools open up early April. Restaurants are starting to open up again. It's been fucked up back and forth for a while because obviously like Los Angeles County was the epicenter of the whole world for a while. It was nasty. So
yeah,
it was almost like 1 in 3 people had got it since the beginning of the pandemic at one point. So it's just like, if you think about that, that's just crazy, but it's hard to believe the stats and this and that. And even my doctor was telling me some things about it that were pretty interesting, but regardless, stay safe, cause all the healthcare professionals that I've talked to and work with, and they're just like, yeah, you don't want to get this. This is fucking nasty. It's for real. It can kill you or it can fuck you up pretty good. Some of these long haulers will never breathe properly again, and that's fucked up, man. I mean, that's
crazy shit.
So it's, it's a good thing that, things are opening up. I mean, the case count is down like 90% right now here. So finally we had a little bit of relief because that's the thing. The hospitals were just, there was no more beds. There was no more, they were doing field hospitals and it was just crazy. It almost looked like one of those movies back, Outbreak or something like that. It was just so crazy, so surreal driving by a hospital and seeing shit like that, all these tents set up and, it was just crazy. Man, I live down south in Orange County and, we got a lot of people here, but the case count, it's really spread out too. So, I mean, my area was pretty mellow. Everybody's wearing masks or whatever, keeping their distance. Everybody's got to survive. We got to go to the fucking store and do our thing or whatever. But it's pretty safe. I mean, you just gotta stay cognizant and stay smart about it, and we can get through this shit. Between the vaccines and the herd immunity and wearing the mask, I think it's finally slowing down, thankfully. So hopefully we can get through this. I mean, viruses don't last for fucking ever, but my doctor was even telling me, he's like, yeah, they're, for a couple of years, we might be doing, COVID shots to go along with the flu shots. This might stretch a little bit longer so we can really knock this down. Cause I guess the case count's going back up in Europe with the new strains popping up or whatever. So who knows, man? I mean, the media is fucking ridiculous with a lot of this stuff too. So it's kind of like, don't watch that shit too much. Don't fucking pay too much attention to that garbage. You do what's good for you and your family. Figure it out. Just try to be safe. And, as far as like shows popping up, there's a few things starting to pop up here, but it's mostly, no offense, it's mostly local bands that really don't have a lot going on. They weren't able to really do much during this time. So, their downtime wasn't very productive like ours, not ragging on them or anything. It's just the way things work out sometimes, Yeah, a lot of I have been able to figure it out. We work with people that are able to figure it out. We have friends that record, or we have band members that record. Right. We can do things remotely. I mean, we're old dumb cavemen, but obviously we can get by with what we know. So
for sure, man.
Yeah.
I guess ever since this pandemic thing started, there's been people like Joe Rogan that have come to Texas. So we need them to go back to fucking California.
I don't know if that motherfucker's a native Californian or not. I enjoy his podcast from time to time, but sometimes he's a knucklehead. So yeah, I don't know where he's from originally. Maybe he is. I don't know. He's an interesting cat, but he's
probably tuning. He'll probably be tuning in. So
we'll fucking have him do some PR for us on his show.
Yeah. So well, cool, man. I guess we're gonna go ahead and get started. I talked to Mike about just talking about some of his favorite recordings. I mean, I know it's hard to, pick. These are my favorite. Everybody knows that lists, whatever, they suck. But you can still talk about, some of the things that you really like and have, kind of some of those records that kind of you know change your life. You know, this record changed my life or whatever stuff that really hit home. You know what I mean? So I guess just go ahead and get going, Mike. We can start off with I think I don't know how many, Brad. I can't remember, like 10 or so. But
yeah, you had me pick 10. It was really difficult, but
yeah, of course.
It was definitely a fucking it was a fun thing to do. Basically, I picked 10 random things that I had in my collection, just stuff that I've been listening to a lot lately.
Right.
A couple of the things, might be a little unknown or whatever. A couple of the things, everybody's heard, obviously, but just like you said, there was a couple of things you wanted to check out. But,
and that's the thing. That's the thing. It could be anything. I mean, well, you and I, we've known each other for a while. We don't just listen to death metal and this and that. It could be any kind of style, any format or whatever. So it's not just.
As long as the jam's not all badass, that's what we're
goddamn right. Goddamn right. That's the whole point. Hey, before you get going, is that a Dark Throne or is that a Goat Throne?
Goat Throne, man.
Hey, look at that. Goat Throne out of Conroe, Texas.
What's up, Aaron? That's my boy. Yeah, he's doing the he's worked with me for a bit. We've done like 2 or 3 releases together now. So he's great, man. Real easy to work with, real down to earth dude, really down for whatever, and so he did the Absconder split and the Rotting Grave split with me. So he's doing the CD version of the new Ruin. So he'll be doing exclusively the CD.
Yeah, he's doing cool stuff, man. Doing cool stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get it rolling.
This is the Grave demo LP box set.
Hell yeah.
So I got this for Christmas. It's probably showing up weird, but whatever.
No, it looks okay.
All right. So I got this for Christmas a few years ago, and it's fucking insane. Obviously, the Grave demos are a massive influence on everything that I do. And it's just a really fucking impressive collection. It's
hell yeah. Classic demo.
It's cool. They got the whole original fucking tape covers. It even has the I know you like the Putrefaction demo. It's got that one. It's got the first Corpse demo when they were called Corpse. But I mean, Anatomia and Sexual Mutilation, the Putrefaction demo, Sick Eternal Disgust. I have all the tapes, and it was just cool to get this. I've been trying to collect a lot of the old death metal demos that have been being put out on vinyl recently. So, yeah, this thing is just fucking insane, man.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
It's really fucking cool. And it's cool just to throw it on. It sounds great on wax, too. It's just really sick, especially Anatomia. It's like one of the heaviest things ever recorded. So
yeah, I agree. That and that Putrefaction are probably my favorite stuff by them.
Yeah,
and the Anatomia demo kind of, I can see how you're influenced and ruined by that massively.
Probably. I mean, there's 5 recordings that really, really fucking inspired everything that we do, and that's definitely one of them. It might even be number 1, as far as everything that we do is definitely, that's where it starts. It's almost like sometimes, hate to sound cheesy, but sometimes I'll be in the jam room with David. I go, oh, does that sound like Grave? I want to sound like Grave on that part. And I'll try to channel fucking the Anatomia demo on that one.
Well, I mean, the first thing you hear on the demo is that little guitar slide.
It's so heavy, It's just so fucking heavy. And, they're out of tune, too. It's funny. They're totally out of tune, but it just doesn't matter because they're tuned down so low. And it's just those open E's. I mean, it was just like, even Carcass never got that level of fucking pure low-end heaviness, And I know that they were very influenced by Carcass, but I think they got even grosser. And
I've never, never heard anything like compared to that. I mean, the Rotrevor demo is fucking up there too. So
yeah, Crematory, Wrath from Beyond, Rotrevor, Grave.
Yeah, all that really low tune
stuff. It's all up there. It's all up there in the big realm of heaviness. There, Realm of Chaos by Bolt Thrower. Fucking mean, there's some heavy duty shit, but
Yeah. There's something about that tape, dude. It's just like it just oozes like fucking heavy death, man.
Yeah, totally. It just sounds like heavy death. Exactly.
Yeah, the Putrefaction demos. Speaking of out of tune, that one's out of tune too. But it's fucking.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
Love that shit.
It's part of the charm of it, you know.
Yeah, but that shit, that vocals, it's like wow. You know,
the organ was the fucking just brutalest of the brutal, you know, and it was just like, I know everybody loves Into the Grave, but and I know people are gonna be like, what, are you out of your mind? It's like when Into the Grave came out, I was kind of disappointed. A lot of us diehards were like, oh, it's fucking too clean, man. It's too clean.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you go from when you go from Anatomia to that, you can't just work. If you work your way back, I can understand. But if you heard that first and then you heard Into the Grave, I mean, there's no comparison.
Right.
I don't think anyway. I mean, not that I don't like Into the Grave, but just that demo, it's like perfect death metal.
Well, it's like, when I put Grave on, yeah, Into the Grave's cool. If it's playing at a show or at someone's house, I'm not going to complain. But when I'm at home and I listen to Grave, I listen to the demos. I listen to Anatomia. Right. I listen to Sexual Mutilation, so it's just a Putrefaction demo. That's just me, though, So, hey.
Yeah, actually, I listen of their albums. I mean, I kind of stopped after the second one, but I listen to the second one more than I do the first one. But that's just my.
Yeah, I think You'll Never See was a little heavier, like dirtier in that sense. Maybe not heavier, but maybe dirtier. But
yeah, and they did. They even added a couple of songs from like Putrefaction on there. I think if I remember, Severing Flesh. I mean, it's not as good as the Putrefaction version, but it's still a great song.
Right. No, it's still cool hearing that stuff. It's kind of
that song Christ Insanity on that album is, man, it's got one of the best riffs I've ever fucking heard. But anyway, sure. But yeah, Grave, dude, fucking those demos are some of the best shit.
I think Century Media put this out, and I don't know if they have copies. This was a few years ago when I picked it up. Yeah, Century Media did this. Yeah, it's a kind of a disgusting package too. Real simple. Just black and white and perfect.
Yeah, I think before all that, I think sometime in the 90s, I got like a bootleg CDR of all the stuff from my boy Roy Fox, I think. I don't know where he had gotten them, but it had all that stuff on there too, but it wasn't like an official thing, but I probably need to look for that. It's probably long gone by now, but.
Yeah, fucking Roy, I just talked to him this morning. He'll be tuning in later when this is posted up, so. What's up?
Yeah, Roy rules, man. Roy, I've been knowing Roy for fucking.
It's our guy, man. Yeah, he's gonna be doing some Ruin Flags, so stay tuned, fuckers. Gonna have some. Fun.
Yeah, Roy and I used to trade and shit back in way back, So.
Yeah, he's OG.
Cool, man. Good first. Right, good one.
Yeah, next one, Texas.
Oh hell yeah!
Eve. This is. I got two of their demos. Lost of the Sunset Faded. I believe this is the first one.
Yeah, that is.
And, I mean, it was funny because this kind of came out a little late in the death metal game. The death metal scene was kind of a little bit different. It was opening up. It was more mainstream. Some of the bands were already cheesing out. And, but I was still tape trading and I was still, had my connections to the underground. And I think a couple of my local friends got the demo. And I was over at his house and I was just fucking blown away. I was like, holy shit, this just sounds like the perfect mix of, Entombed and Frost and had a little bit of like the Sodom Destruction influence and, a little bit of that black thrash, but just slightly enough, but still heavy as fuck and doomy and really just a foreboding fucking atmosphere with the whole thing,
that band was heavy.
Yeah, they played out here in '95, and fucking one of the best shows I've ever seen. I
saw them. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they played out here with Sadistic Intent, and obviously Sadistic Intent is a legendary band, and they're usually the top band of the night. But Divine Eve took that show that night for sure.
Yeah, I saw them. Being that I'm in Texas, they came down to Houston, I think, 92, maybe. There used to be some shows here that local guys used to put they call them the 666 shows. It'd be like 6 bands, $6, and it would start at 6 p.m. And that's the first time I saw Divine Eve, and they were so fucking heavy, dude. I was like, holy shit. So Dallas had some good bands, like them, Absu, of course, back when they were playing death metal,
Oh, yeah.
and Azazoth, Gruesome Fate. As far as early '90s death metal, they had some cool stuff, man.
Yeah, no, Divine Eve is definitely one of my favorite Texas bands. Here's the fold out that came with it. You know, Necrovore, Rotting Corpse.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, there's so many,
classics.
Implication still going, Blaspherian. But Divine Eve's up there. Divine Eve's probably up there with Necrovore as like my favorite, as far as Texas. Texas has always had killer bands and killer maniacs like yourself, obviously. I love going down there and playing, and but Divine Eve is just a fucking classic band that actually they could have been in that golden era back in the late 80s, early 90s for sure, even though they came out a couple years after that,
Yeah.
It was just cool fucking getting this around that time period, like I said, because everything was getting a little different at that time.
Yeah, everything was. I think that's around the time like Columbia Records started putting their nose in and everything, especially with
it was
weird, and then a lot of bands started to, even back then, like all the Suffocation clones were just coming out of the woodworks at that time.
Yeah.
It was just like, I don't want to hear this fucking weak version of Human Waste, or not even Human Waste. It was just, but I remember exactly what we were talking about, because this is how hardcore I was. I think it was 90. It was around 92, actually. I was like, man, and I was fucking 17, and I already thought I was just like, Mr. fucking cool, Mr. Underground or whatever. I was only 17, but I was like, man, this shit's getting weak. You started seeing like earache stuff like at shopping malls and stuff like that. I'm like, what? So that's when I knew, hey, things are getting kind of weird,
Yeah, it was weird. Iron Maiden's starting to sound like Carcass all of a sudden, and fucking Entombed is doing boogie rock, and
oh yeah,
I don't even know what
on that.
Death was playing. People like that later Death stuff, but it was just some sort of weird jazz. Everybody started getting jazz or psychedelic, and whatever, man. But yeah, I couldn't get into it. Not after you listen to some of the Finnish bands. They end up sounding like the Doors, and they used to sound like it's like, what the fuck?
Every one of them, and which one of them didn't do that? Every single one of them, I think, did that crap.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, Divine Eve came out, and it was just it was refreshing because it reminded me of the golden era of 89, 90, when I was writing to people religiously and getting these packages in the mail, and it was really cool. And then becoming friends with Zan and Mike later on, and Zan actually moved out here for a few years, and it was really cool, man. It was a great band, classic band, for sure.
They had another band called I think around, was it Crimson Relic or something like that?
Yeah,
do you remember
Crimson Relic. Actually, Crimson Relic came out when Zan moved out here, and
that's what I thought. Yeah,
Red from Gravehill played drums on that album, because I guess Nuclear Blast or the Subsidiary wanted to sign Divine Eve, but the Divine Eve had broken up, and Zan moved out here. I don't know the whole backstory and all that, but Zan was out here, got Rhett, and recorded the Crimson Relic album, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Divine Eve stuff, And
a lot of people.
Nuclear Blast label put that out. I forget the name of that record label, Radiation Records, maybe.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. It's one of those bands that like nobody knows about, for some reason. Or it seems like it. It got lost in that. It got lost in that mid '90s like brutality,
Oh
yeah,
because that album came out in like '95, something around there, and you're right. It was pretty lost, even though my friends put it out, and I was there with them when they were doing the sessions at the studio and stuff. It's all a blur, Thanks, drugs and alcohol. But
I can't even blame that.
Right. I mean, it just kind of got lost in the shuffle. If you weren't in the mix or whatever, it didn't get a lot of press because even by that time, Nuclear Blast was putting out the popular death metal bands, but they were putting out a bunch of other. I think they were working with Relapse and they were branching out. They were doing weird stuff. So not for guys like us, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, the next one is the Mighty Nuclear Death.
Hell yeah, dude! Love Nuclear Death.
For Our Dead 7-inch, and I started listening to this a lot recently because I had been listening to the Carry On for Worm album, which is another huge influence on Ruin. I fucking love that fucking album. I
Yeah,
love the
same
band
here.
in general, you know. But
Same here.
But yeah, this 7-inch. This is the original Wild Rags press, and I mean it's probably even more disgusting than Carry On for Worm. The production, like Carry On for Worm, is disgusting, but it actually has a crisp production that, like,
Right.
let's say Bride of Insect or the demos didn't have as much, which is great. You know, I mean, I love that stuff, but Carry On for Worm, it's almost like you can actually hear what was going on. That's what made it so fucking frightening.
Yeah, that guitar tone. I've never heard anybody have that guitar tone like they do on Carry On for Worm.
Yeah, fucking
I don't know what he
Phil's a
did.
maniac, dude.
I don't know what he did, but that shit was
Yeah.
like disgusting, man.
It is, yeah. It's like it's almost like he used a metal zone mixed with a different fucking distortion pedal or whatever, because it has that similar sound, but then he just made it really sick. You know, it's like it
One
fit
person,
everything.
one person to finally do something good with a metal zone, if that's the case.
Right? And yeah, he was able to. I like on some of those songs how it starts with his guitar. You know, it's not even feedback; it's just he turns on his volume knob and
Yeah, it's insane.
it's just buzzing already. But yeah, they got the. There's rumors that this was like Lori Bravo's blood on the back. You know, she spilled this, then they put the font over that for the song title. But yeah, I think this is even more disgusting. Like a song like Days of the Week, you read those lyrics, man. I mean, that's
Phil Sam.
you know,
it was Phil Hansen, right?
yeah, well, I know, you know, I know the three of them kind of just got sick together. You know, I don't know if I should probably read it. It doesn't say who wrote the lyrics, but you know, Lori fucking growled them. Phil might have written them, but yeah, no, it's just a fucking absolutely, completely disgusting recording, and it came with the really cool poster, which, you know, I'll never hang up. I'll just leave it in the 7-inch. It's too brutal to hang up.
Damn.
It's got all the shit on there,
Yeah, dude.
like the discography.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
Wild
wanna fuck
Rags.
this up,
Hey,
but
speaking
yeah,
of,
no, it's heavy shit. What's that?
did you get this one?
No, I never got that one.
I
Is
got
that
lucky. It's got like everything.
Oh,
Like
okay, yeah, I seen
the
that
box set,
around.
the box set thing or whatever.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I need
One
to
of the few ones I got.
I saw Lori posting about it at one point. You know, I try to keep up with some of the stuff. I know she moved recently, so for a while there was a lot of Nuclear Death stuff that she was posting about, which is cool. You know, a lot of stuff that was either out of press or coming out on tapes or CD or whatever that never
Right.
been out.
Yeah, I really don't buy box sets, but I had to get that one.
Oh yeah, no, that's a must. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, this thing's fucking disgusting. Absolutely heavy. The production is like, it sounds like they recorded in their jam room, so it's definitely a step down production wise. But who gives a fuck? It's Nuclear Death. It's supposed to be that way, you know.
Yeah, that's shit we like.
Fucking gross and
They're
nasty.
you know, there's only one Nuclear Death.
Right.
Nobody sounded like him ever.
No one's ever been able to fucking recreate that either. And
Nope. And
you know, it
too sick. It's too sick for weaklings.
There you go. That should be the sticker on the box set.
Yeah,
Too sick for
exactly.
weaklings. The next one is speaking of too sick for weaklings is the Zeisma demo, Swarming of the Maggots.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That one.
This is a classic, and another one that's just completely fucking disgusting.
Yes, sir.
I think another band. I mean, I love Carcass and everything. I love that classic shit, but they out Carcass.
Well, to me, that one was always like Carcass. It's like Reek meets Scum, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely fucking grindcore, you know, but it's like death grind, you know, and it's kind of, if I remember correctly, it was the first demo that I had heard actually from Finland, you know, and you know, obviously I'm a huge Finland death metal fan, Finnish death metal fan, but I think I heard the Funebrae after the Zeisma. We had an older friend here that used to he's the one that kind of got us into the deep fucking underground shit. And but he had the Funebrae demo, and I kind of inquired about that because I think I got the Zeisma at Wild Rags because I didn't write to any of those guys back then. So I just you know, I looked at, oh fuck, this guy's name is Janitor. I should have wrote to that guy. That's a cool fucking name, you know.
Wait. Richard had like a Zeisma demo there at his store.
Oh yeah, no, that we used to get.
Oh wow.
A lot of demos. from there. Richard used to get pretty much everything that you ever can think of. He would get copies of it. Yeah, he was really. I actually worked there for a year.
No shit.
So yeah, I worked there for a year. Yeah, it was a killer job, man. I mean, it was hard not to get paid in demos and records and shirts and shit. So sometimes I would do that.
Well, you might have mailed me some shit off because I ordered stuff from them back then.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, fuck, I'd never seen anybody send off that. You remember those mailers you used to do?
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit, man.
Yeah,
he was hardcore about that. No, it was. But yeah, he had on the counter by the cash register. So, like 88 is when obviously the death metal boom started taking off. So that's when we started seeing Nihilist and shit like that. Probably late 88, then 89, it really started taking off with some of those early demos. And he'd have them on the counter. And then a lot of us would just go straight to that counter, start grabbing those tapes. And then eventually his whole back wall behind him, behind the cash register, was all the demos. So we'd be sitting there fucking just staring at all this stuff. And
yeah, I bet.
He'd listen to it. He was a fan too. So he'd listen to it and he would tell us, oh yeah, a lot of times if he didn't know you too, no, that's good. He just wanted you to buy it and get the fuck out of his store.
He's also a businessman,
Absolutely. Yeah. You're sucking up my air conditioning, asshole. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, the Zeisma demo was one of them that I had picked up. And it was funny. Right when I walked in, he grabbed it. He's like, you're going to want this, Mikey. And I was like, all right. And
yeah. That bass tone on that demo.
Oh, dude. It's so crushing.
I know it.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Obviously the next couple of 7 inches they did or whatever were fucking great. The Fatal Morgana. And, but I
got that somewhere around here.
Yeah, that's a heavy fucking thing. They did one of the releases was pretty much straight up finished death metal too. There wasn't a whole hell of a lot of grindcore going on, and that was great too.
Yeah, and that one real rare one, that mini LP they did after the demo.
Yeah.
Was that
fuck was that called?
What is that shit called? I would forget.
I know. Yeah, I always forget too. Fucking
Above the
it's
Minds.
Got a long fucking name.
It's called Above the Minds of Morbidity.
Yeah, there you go.
That was sick, dude.
Yeah, that one's fucking brutal. That might be the one I'm thinking of. That's kind of more death.
Yeah, it's still got a little grindcore to it, but they also did that. I think the last thing I guess I can listen is that LP. But then,
yeah, no, that's fun, man. I mean, it's a totally different sound. It's kind of weird. It was kind of like mind blowing when you first heard it. Like, this is the same fucking band. Holy shit! But yeah, it's not something that I automatically grab. I mean,
no.
Guys like us, we grab this. This is what we want to listen to when it comes to Zeisma.
Yeah, I have that album. If anybody wants to buy it from me, I have it for a good. You got to come with some money. There you go. I don't know. It's in great shape because I hardly ever play it. So
put it on Discogs and test it out. So yeah, Zeisma, Swarm Into the Maggots, fucking brutal. This was my introduction to the Finnish death metal scene, and from there it went fucking just a lot of my fucking people I'd write into and all the tapes I would buy, whether it's through them or through Wild Rags, was from Finland for, whether it was Demigod and he had the Demigod, Abhorrence and Convulse and, all that stuff.
Yeah, dude, that
it's crushing.
I guess for anybody that's wanting to get into that shit, I think there's a book that just came out, right? About the Finnish.
Yeah, I have the book actually. I'm almost finished with it. I've been reading it. It's killer.
All right. Well, when you're done with it, you can mail it to me and I can read it and I'll send it back.
There you go.
Is it pretty good? I remember
Yeah, no, it's it is what it is, man. It's just basically they cover all the main bands.
Kind of like that Swedish one where it was all right, but it's kind of like I kind of knew almost everything in it already. You know what I mean? So
if you're a fan of the era, you pretty much know all that stuff. The backstories are the same thing. It's just a bunch of kids that got together. They were bored. They were into thrash metal, and the thrash metal became lame, so they moved on to something heavier after they heard, Death, Leprosy, and the earache bands and stuff like that. The Swedish bands were a little bit ahead of them, so the Finnish guys were influenced by, Nihilist and all the bands, Dismember stuff that were coming out. And Carnage.
They did no Scorpions, right? No Scorpions, like on the Norway guy on that. What's that dumbass movie? make fun of Varg for.
I don't know what the fuck that was all about. I guess they were too cool because I've always loved the fucking Scorpions. Like I've never been one of those guys Scorp's fucking rule, man. I mean, that old shit with Uli, holy shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never been one of those guys like, obviously you can tell by my next record that I'm going to talk about that I still love. Like, I don't give a flying fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like
Go ahead. What is it?
Well, we got Def Leppard, High and Dry, baby.
Oh, shit.
Definitely one of my favorite all-time albums. I know people have been posting this online recently a lot. It seems like a lot of our friends and whatnot, a lot of the old timers just fucking really love this fucking album. I think this is my brother's that he gave to me. He thought he was all cool, ended up meeting his future wife, and got a CD player and gave me all his records. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll take your records, you poser.
I think, yeah, that's
this is fucking brutal. This is just some brutal fucking hardcore rock and roll, man.
Yeah, they still had riffs, right?
Still had riffs. I like Pyromania, but there's a couple songs that are kind of filler, and then there's a couple ones that are kind of lame. But this one, front to back, fucking just rips.
I think that's the first song I ever heard off that. Well, obviously that big radio hit they had, "Bringing on the Heartbreak." I think is on that.
The heartbreak.
I still jam that song.
Hey, that's a good ballad, dude. That's a good ballad. You get all tipsy, fucking cry yourself to sleep on Valentine's Day, fucking busting out, bringing on the heartbreak. You'll feel a lot better, man. Get that, get those tears out.
I think
along with fucking Joe Elliott, you'll be all right. You'll feel all good.
Yeah, dude. I dig that album. What is it? The first song is was it Let It Go or some shit? It starts off rocking, dude. Yeah, it starts off rocking. There's what else is on there? What else is on there? I can't remember the song titles. Oh, no. I think it's the last song.
Oh, no is heavy fucking duty, man.
That's the one that goes out to our boy Tino from SGR.
Tino.
I know he told me that's like his favorite song on there. And I think
no, that's like death metal, dude. That's fucking. Those riffs are fucking brutal.
He's not. I think he's not feeling well right now, so I thought I'd bring him up. What's up, Tino?
What's up, Tino? What's up, brother? Get well soon, man. But yeah, that riff, that's fucking just, that's metal as fuck, dude. And I remember, getting that record, and then I even remember in when CDs first hit in 82, 83, and they had those big boxes.
Oh yeah,
big boxes,
cardboard boxes or whatever,
at the music stores in the mall and shit.
They're seriously collectible now.
Yeah, I think the first CD I bought was Screaming for Vengeance, Priest, and then I think High and Dry was next because I wanted it on CD too. And I even think I got the tape for Christmas in the stocking one year by my brother. So it's High and Dry is one of those things that I have it on all formats. I've had several copies on all formats throughout the years. And then if I get all freaked out if I lose it, I got to buy it again. So I think I might have 3 or 4 records. So I'll sell an extra copy of High and Dry to anybody for $200. Let me know.
I think I have that on tape, CD, and vinyl as well. Unless I gave my tape away.
Formats, man.
Yeah. You never know.
That's the way to do it. Let's see. I'm looking at my list here. Making sure I'm not missing anything. All right, this is one of the ones that you were talking about that you had to check out. One of my recent favorites, Bastard Priest from Sweden.
Oh yeah, I did check that out.
Yeah, this is just some fucking it's not that stupid death and roll shit, but it's definitely rock formula death metal. And I know everybody loves Death Breath and fucking people are going to be all pissed off, but I think Bastard Priest does the style even better than Death Breath does, in my opinion. I love Death Breath and everything, but sometimes I'll listen to the Death Breath and I'm just like, fuck, you know what? Now I'm in the mood for Bastard Priest because I just think they fucking heavier. The riffs are better, just all the way around. I did check it out.
Fucking band. I did check it out. Well, from what I heard, they have a lot of D-beat kind of parts in it.
Fucking punky. You could.
Yeah. And the vocals are pretty cool on that too. I really like the vocals. Yeah. So I'd never heard them. So and they got a heavy ass guitar tone on that.
Yeah, good production, fucking rockin' tunes. the song Poison on here. Holy shit, it's fucking heavy and doomy as fuck. So brutal. But yeah, this album is fucking one of the best records of, you know, the last 10, 15 years, in my opinion. Definitely one of my recent fucking finds, recent favorites of recent years, that is. They just put out something new too, so I don't know. I don't recall what label it was on and this and that, but you know, people fucking, you just Google that shit, you'll find it. Go to their fucking Discogs or Metal Archives or whatever, all their info's on there. Find links. It's easy to find. Don't be a fucking asshole. Go hunt that shit down.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
not gonna fucking hold your hand on everything. God damn it.
and you know, and yeah, we like all the old shit or whatever, but you know, but we still jam out all badass to some new stuff that comes out, you know. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, hey, the old days are fucking killer, and you know, shit'll never be the same. It's not the same, but
No.
life isn't the same. You know what I mean? There's got to be new good memories too. There's got to be badass new stuff and badass new memories, killer shows, and
Yeah.
we got to move forward some way or another. We can't
Yeah,
be old and cranky 24/7.
Yeah, that's why I keep it going. I think probably why you do, just because, you know, I don't want to just you know, harken back when I was in high school or whatever, and that's all I got. You know, hey, I don't have why would I want to stop now? You know, just keep it fucking going. You know,
Right.
So how many people? I know a lot of people that fucking just fell off the wayside and just fucking never see them again. That were around, and then they just, you know, I'm not into it anymore. Fuck that. You know.
Yeah.
What's that? You know, if you once were, you never were, whatever the fuck that saying is.
Yeah, if you once were, you never were.
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand why, you know, some people, I guess it's just not acceptable for them. Maybe their family or their significant other thinks it's stupid, so that's a bad influence on them and getting, you know, hey, I don't see a problem with it. It's fun. It's in our blood, obviously. You and I, it's in our blood for sure. We're lifers. We've been doing this forever and we're still doing it. And I don't know what else I'd do. You know, I'm not really good at anything else. I don't like to golf. I don't like to fucking ski, you know, so this is a better hobby for me. You know, fucking stamp collecting's fucking stupid.
I'd actually probably pay good money to see you try to ski.
Yeah, I've attempted and I always fall on my fat ass. So, you know,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I know people would love to see that. So
I would.
All right, the next one is Toxemia. We'll stay in Sweden. This is a classic Swedish death metal band, kind of a little bit more under the radar than some of their counterparts up there.
Hold that tape up. That tape cover always makes me laugh.
Oh yeah,
it's that the tree with the dude hanging from it or whatever.
Simple and fucking straight and effective and to the point right there, man. That's
brutal.
Probably a lot of the bands just found. All right, this looks like one of the members just fucking scribbled on a napkin or something, but that's all right. You know?
The contents inside are heavy as fuck.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's all that matters, you know. And yeah, I didn't write to any of these guys. I believe that this is another Wild Rags purchase, and one of those ones where it's just like, oh yeah, you'll want this one. Like, holy shit, and you put it on, and it was a lot darker and heavier and more foreboding. It almost has like, it sounds like more of the stuff coming around from Finland at the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Than the Swedish stuff, you know. And,
well, what I like about I don't mean to cut you off. What I like a lot of those bands that they didn't, you know, try to sound like Entombed.
Yeah, I mean, Entombed to Dismember mastered that brutality with the melody stuff. You know, I mean, it was a lot of those other bands tried doing it and they just weren't very successful with it, and just became and even now when they're trying to do it now, it just doesn't work out, you know. And the Toxemia, I mean, you know, they took the heavier, darker approach, and I just really always gravitated towards the demo, you know. And just fucking heavy duty stuff. I know Dark Descent put out a compilation. It was a while back. One of the first things that they did was the Toxemia demo collection. So look that up. I'm sure there's still, you know, CDs of that. I don't know if Matt ever did any LP version, but there's got to be CDs of that around.
Somebody call in and let us know.
Or, you know, just look it up online and stream it, whatever, from YouTube or Bandcamp. I'm sure.
Comment. everybody comment on whatever Mike's talking about. Just let us know what you think, or if Mike has good taste, or if you think he has shitty taste, whatever. Just let us know.
I have impeccable taste, motherfuckers. And shit, I think this is another. Fuck, I love bands from Sweden, anyways. So we're sticking in Sweden again, and this is another one that you were mentioning that you hadn't heard. This is Funeral.
Oh yeah, that was like really.
Their Crazy 7-inch. I think this. I'm not a fucking expert on this band at all. I know it's got members of a bunch of other Swedish bands. That band, Paras and Dreadful Fate. Killer, Death Thrash, kind of like Merciless. There's other bunch of other Swedish band dudes are in this. It's kind of like one of those all-star lineups or whatever, but this thing's fucking badass. And I can't tell you where I got this. It might have been somewhere on like a Grave Hill tour or something. A friend gave it to me. One of my other local friends, every once in a while I get gifted some stuff. So I think that's what this is.
Yeah, it's like really heavy death doom from what I think I heard that whole 7-inch.
Yeah, no, it's just really, like you said, that's perfect. Really heavy death doom, fucking raw foreboding. It's definitely, I like a lot of the other stuff. I was looking up some of the stuff that the band members have done, that these guys have done, and I dig it. But this is my favorite of theirs out of everything they've all done, and I'm just kind of like, fuck, you guys should stick with this project. This is fucking killer stuff, man.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking heavy. It's got that. I mean, nobody compares to Cyanide, but it's got that kind of that vibe to it.
Yeah, and I'm sure they were probably influenced by the Cyanide sound. You know what I mean? Yeah, nobody could be Cyanide. Our boys, they're
nobody
one of the heaviest bands ever in existence, and but they definitely, they have that similar style. If you like Cyanide, you'll like this Funeral 7-inch.
Yeah, I think so.
It's got a instrumental that kind of kicks things off. Then the other two songs, they're fucking heavy duty. Really good riff too.
They're from Sweden?
They're from Sweden, and that's the thing too. It's like the Swedes know how to riff, man. I mean, that's why you really can't go wrong with a lot of the Swedish bands. It's like I say about a lot of Japanese bands too. Same thing. Some of these, a couple of these countries, they just, I don't know what's in the water over there. They just keep churning out just killer bands, killer stuff constantly. So Sweden's definitely a hotbed for death metal, grindcore, hardcore punk historically, so
yeah, dude.
My favorite bands come from there, and this became a recording that I've been blasting a lot lately, and will continue. It's part of my favorites now in my collection, definitely.
Yeah, speaking of Sweden, I guess we probably should mention LG Petrov. Rest in peace, LG Petrov.
Yeah, I was gonna do a little tribute to him at the end. So,
okay,
yeah,
great.
LG, but yeah, that's why I did the last recording. I was gonna save that.
Okay.
So I think we got to Judas Priest, but I dropped it. Somebody pick it up again.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. This is my old beat up copy. This is actually my own. I bought this. I don't know exactly if I bought it when it came out because I was still really young. But yeah, my brother took me to the record store and I was like, yeah, I want that one. And bam, there it is.
Yeah, it looks like
Halford in all his glory.
Yeah, dude, that's like
boys, Glenn and KK. There's Ian, and then on the back, Halford's on the fucking motorcycle. And as we were talking about, it starts with Exciter. And what was your question?
Oh yeah. There's this. I don't know if I want to call it a feud, but there's a disagreement as to the lyrics on Exciter. If it's stand by Exciter or stand back for Exciter. What side are you on?
It's funny. I always thought, even when I've seen them live so many fucking times, and I always thought he said stand by for Exciter. That's what it sounds like to me. So I don't know. Right. I might be making that up in my own twisted head, but that's what I think he's saying. Stand by for Exciter. But
yeah, that's like option C, fight maybe, but
yeah.
No, there's just a bunch of people are like, stand back, no, stand by. So it's kind of like
that's the funny thing too. Who gives a fuck, man? The song fucking rules. Just fucking rock out, man. Yeah. Fucking bang your head. Let's do that shit.
It's all for fun. But I'm on. I just like fucking with people. Tell them it's definitely stand back, even though whatever. It's the song kicks ass. It's like one of the best openers. And you can tell that record, you've had it for a while because it's got the you can see the wear on it.
It's got the wear and tear, man. That's this is the OG copy, and I mean, it might be my favorite live recording up there with Live After Death.
Live.
Yeah, no, you know, just like Live Undead. Apparently, Live Undead's not live. That was a fucking fake live thing. If this is a fake live, hey, whatever. But I count it as a live recording. It says Unleashed in the East. You know, so apparently it's like, but whatever. I fucking love this.
There's I know a lot of Judas Priest like freaks. That's like that. Even though it's a live album, everybody cites that as probably like, you know, the best album or whatever. You know.
Well, it's just the set list is just
yeah. It's all pre.
It's all on it. You know,
yeah.
It's got.
So like just, best of the '70s era live.
Oh, pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's got everything on there. You know, Victim of Changes.
Heaviest guitar riff ever.
Tyrant, yeah. I mean, it's.
You want to talk about jamming all badass? When that riff comes on, shit.
Oh yeah.
You know,
classic. But yeah, I mean, I can't remember them and my, you know, because I started seeing Priest in the '80s, and the first time I saw him was '83. My brother took me, but they didn't start off with Exciter at that point, you know, because that was like Defenders. So they were playing all that era stuff, you know, Free Will Burning, you know how that was. The bands would start off with the first couple songs of their latest record.
New album,
The template was set. So I mean, I saw them play Exciter, but just the fact that they start off with Exciter is fucking incredible.
Yeah, but if you saw them on Defenders of the Faith, you said?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking good, dude.
Yeah, no, they were. I mean, that's
you saw
the mind-blowing shit, you know, that put me on the path of what I'm doing now, what we're here doing, you know, what we're
you saw him pre-Turbo and shit, so that's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and actually I saw the Turbo tour with fucking Slayer opening up for him, and that was kind of funny, you know, because it was just kind of like, I mean, there was just no comparison. It's kind of like, you know, '86 Metallica opening for Ozzy. It was just, you can't compete with that.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter, you know, kind of like Van Halen 78 fucking, you know, blowing away Sabbath, and then later Metallica blowing away everybody, including Van Halen and Ozzy, and then Slayer just fucking annihilating everybody back then.
And Ruin blowing everybody away. And
fuck, I don't know about that. Yeah, fucking maybe a couple people think that, you know, that most of the time everybody's just kind of looking at us like, what is going on up there?
You can't handle the brutality, man. That's all.
So, yeah. Priest, man. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of the classic era stuff, 70s, 80s, up, you know, pretty much up until Defenders. It's pretty much pure classics. I like the fucking, I actually listen to Turbo and ram it down every once in a while. You know, I mean, yeah, there's some stuff on there that's kind of cheesy or whatever, but I love Painkiller too. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I fucking love Painkiller.
Well, was that some Parental Guidance? Ooh, boy.
Well, the Johnny B. Good cover too is pretty awful, but sometimes I'll put it on for some laughs, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Just you gotta laugh sometimes, you know. But yeah, no, this is one of the all-time classics. It's pretty much. You know, I'm not going to argue if people want that as their go-to Priest album.
Yeah, I mean it's a must. If you like Priest, you got to have that album.
Absolutely. No, it's essential. It's essential, just like. You know, any of the classics, Defenders, Screaming, you know, British Steel, Sin After Sin, you know, Sad Wings, even
Stained
Rock
Class,
and Roll, you know, all that stuff. Yep. Stained Class. Yep. Yeah, it's all essential stuff. You gotta get it, and that's Unleashed in the East is definitely one of them.
Oh yeah.
Look it up. You can see that fucking set list, and you just shake your head. Just unbelievable that they had that many fucking classic songs. And I mean, it makes for a legendary night when you fucking hear that many classic songs like that. Diamonds and Rust. I mean, come on.
I wonder if you know, the people that were actually in attendance, I wonder if they go around and say, I was at that fucking show.
Maybe. Yeah, it's just like us with certain things.
That's like, was it Maiden in Long Beach?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, and that's what's funny. I think they played a couple shows on that tour, but I don't think I was at the recording because, you know, I remember like Maiden had like 3 legs of, you know, they were on tour for like 2 years.
Yeah, but they would play LA like 4
Yeah.
nights in a row.
Oh yeah, no, they were playing LA fucking 4 nights, and then they would come back in like 8 months and play another 4 and shit. So I saw them on that tour, but I don't think my brother and I were at the recording, unfortunately, because Long Beach Arena, scream for me, Long Beach. That was Long Beach is a classic arena. There's Priest, Maiden, Metallica, later on Slayer and all that. All the bands came through there, so it was phenomenal, man. But Priest Unleashed, gotta have it. So I will end our list as the aforementioned LG. Here's the Entomb demo.
Yes, sir.
And the funny story about this, before I get into the demo itself, remember back then with the snail mail, it's not like automatic like it is now, where you have Blabbermouth releases a press release or something. Everybody in the world knows about it in like seconds. So back then, my friend had told me that Nihilist had broken up. Nihilist is one of my favorite fucking all-time bands, and they were heavy duty, obviously. So it was devastating, for being a young tyke in the scene back then, just losing a band like Nihilist. I was fucking bummed, man. It was a fucking shitty fucking time. So then there was rumors that a new band had popped up with the members, and it was called Entombed, and it was going to be heavy duty, and they were going to come out on Earache. And I was, what the fuck? So I had been in contact with Nikkei in his Nihilist days, and I didn't write to him as much as some of the other cats, historically, but Nikkei's awesome, man. He was such a great dude. And so I kind of wrote to him, and I didn't hear back, but even back then, I was like, oh, fuck, they're busy. If they're fucking coming out with an album, hopefully I'll just catch them on tour at some point, because if Earache's putting out their stuff, they're going to blow up, because, Nihilist ruled, they was just like, you knew they were destined for greatness at that point. And then he actually wrote me back like a few months later, sorry, I've been busy, da-da-da-da-da. And he said, I'm all out of demos, but I'm going to have CBR Records send you one. I was like, oh, shit. So CBR, I got a package like 3 weeks later from CBR, and I actually ended up. He said it wasn't. There was like a little note in there, a gift from Nikkei or whatever, and he said it wasn't necessary to pay for it. But I sent money back to the CBR. Sent like a fucking money order from the post office or whatever for them, so they can cash it over there in Sweden and shit. So
supporting the scene, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I was just like, I was so thankful, and it was just cool that it wasn't like Nihilist was alive again, but it was kind of like, okay, cool. This is the Entombs is going to be brutal. I hadn't heard it yet, so I took the demo, put it on. And I was just fucking floored, man. It was hard to top Nihilist, and not saying that Entomb's better or whatever. It's pretty much the same band, but it was just fucking phenomenal, from the first riff of Life Goes On. It was just so fucking heavy. Never heard guitars that heavy. That was that original HM2 sound that only they were doing there in Sweden at the time. So it was just so fucking crazy how heavy it was. Everything about it just fucking was perfection, and I was instantly fucking just, oh man, this is so fucking awesome. And then I knew that they were going to blow up. I don't think any of us knew they were going to blow up as much as they did. Obviously, they become like international superstars and like ruled the underground for a couple years there. But
what's crazy is they were like, what, 17?
Yeah, no, it's just so crazy. Well, it just shows you how talented Nikkei was too, because he was kind of the mastermind behind everything, wrote all the riffs and all that. I'm sure Alex and Ufe and even LG obviously had a lot of input and everything. But the other cool thing is obviously rest in peace, LG. He's sorely missed, man. I got my Nihilist back there. Here's the Entomb. This last talk was for him. Massive influence. His vocal performance on this, and of course, Left Hand Path. Moving forward. That was one thing. I might not like Wolverine Blues, and I might not like a lot of the later Entomb stuff or whatever they were doing, but his vocals were pretty much always the same and heavy fucking duty, man.
And I think out of all those guys, he's the only one that really stuck with it the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean? All the other guys went off to do other stuff, but
for
to,
sure.
to me, I mean, I met the guy. I was fucking 17. You know, when I met him when they came to the U.S. Back in the early 90s or whatever, 91, 92, whatever that was, and you know, but he just seemed like that. He had that underground spirit.
Yeah, for sure. The first time they came here was with Morbid Angel and Unleashed, and me and
Yeah.
my buddies had pen palled with Unleashed, with Johnny and Anders, and we pen palled with McKay. And actually, one of my buddies actually wrote to LG too. So we had a little, underground tape trading, reuniting party, meeting
Yeah.
for the first time. It was just fucking cool. And they played this place called Spanky's, which is, can you imagine Morbid Angel, Entombed, and Unleashed in a sandwich shop in Riverside, California? I mean, no joke. This is where some of the brutal shows happen, at this sandwich place.
Yeah.
It was just fucking phenomenal. And I mean, Morbid Angel was brutal and everything, but and so was Unleashed. But fucking Entombed, dude. It was kind of like, I saw you posting the other day on online where how loud they were, and it was just like,
yes.
I think that was the Nikkei Motorhead rock and roll influence. Even back then, it was like
they were really fucking loud
and aggressive, and
yeah. I went to school the next day. After that show, and I couldn't hear shit. And I'll never forget. I was like in English class or something, and the teacher kept calling on me, and I couldn't hear a fucking thing, dude. I couldn't hear shit. And she's like, "Why are you? No, she didn't say fucking ignore me, but that's what she wanted to say." And I'm like, I had a tap on my shoulder. I'm like, what? And they sent me to the fucking principal's office because they thought I was being insubordinate. But no, I couldn't fucking hear.
You maniac, you.
Yeah. I was like, fuck that. I say you would, if you would have been at Entombed last night, you know what I'm going through. So, but
yeah, that was cool. Obviously, getting to hang out with those guys, and then we fucking loved those guys and had a good time. Had some beers and chatted for a few hours, and then they went on their way. But yeah, Entombed were basically like one of the best bands on the planet back then in this era. When that Left Hand Path came out, and
oh yeah, dude, everybody had that Left Hand Path shirt, and I still have mine.
They, I mean, people. Obviously, you got haters that, it's overrated and this and that. It's like, no, it's not. There's just certain things that are undeniable. It's like those people that say, Rain and Blood's not that good. Shut the fuck up, man. Just admit it. It fucking rules. Just because everybody else likes it and everybody else is into it doesn't mean that it sucks, you fucking asshole.
Yeah,
pass another one.
It's one of those things that if you were there when it came out, it was just, it's a whole different.
You never heard anything like it. It was kind of like, again, I'm not saying that it's Left Hand Path better than Altars of Madness or this and that, but it's like, it was like another step. It's not better than Symphonies of Sickness. It's its own thing. Altars is its own thing.
Right.
From Enslavement is its own thing, and all these other albums, they have their own. It's its own universe in that sense. But Left Hand Path was just that much more mind blowing. Just because the guitars were so heavy. And it started with this demo.
Yeah.
Where it was just kind of like, whoa, they kind of perfected this fucking sound all of a sudden.
Yeah, dude. And LG's vocals on that album is probably my favorite, like one of my favorite all-time vocals performances. He has feeling, even in like growling. You could tell he's like, like on on Drown.
Yeah.
And fucking all of them, but there's just sometimes when he's singing, you could tell he's like fucking just giving it all in the studio.
Yeah. No, and I think that's I mean, obviously I only knew him briefly talking to him at shows and whatnot, and
same.
I'd see him around, and then they actually were one of the headliners in one of the LA Murder Fests that happened here back in 2008, 9, something like that, and got to catch up with him a little bit, and he still remembered me. That was fucking awesome. A lot of those guys like, oh shit, because you come from the tape trading days like that, and when they were coming up, it's like, yeah, they remember, they don't forget. Especially he was pretty down to earth, so and he was like us, he's just a diehard fucker, so I mean, it sucks to lose anybody, but someone like that, I mean, very influential, fucking such a good guy.
A legend,
truly, no, very fucking legendary, total huge influence on everything I've ever done too, just from Nihilist to Entombed, and I even like that fucking Comic-Con record he was on, man. That first one.
Yeah, I forgot about that when he was like when he left. He left Entomb for like 6 months or something.
Yeah, they had kicked him out or whatever. Nick had kicked him out, and I remember they came here a second time back then in like '92. They were with like Dead Horse and Exhorder, I think.
Right.
I forgot Exhorder even played because I never really got into them. And again, Entombed sound even better at that show, and it was just like, how can they even sound even better? And I remember, I don't forget, it might have been the first show with Morbid Angel where we were like wondering who's gonna fucking sing. Is LG back? Because again, there was no internet, there was no information websites to find out what the fuck was going on. So, and then once we saw the Entombed guys, the Swedes all hanging out, the Unleashed Entombed guys, there's LG. I was like, all right, cool. Because that was one thing about Clandestine was I didn't like those vocals very much.
Right. Wait, so LG sang on the Morbid Angel tour over there?
He did. Yeah, he did. That was right when I think he had just rejoined the band.
Because here,
my memories are kind of hazy, but
here it was Johnny Dordevic.
No shit, huh?
Yeah, and then we got LG like on that tour with Exhorder or whatever. So I don't know. You froze.
Yeah, I don't know. My memory's a little fucking hazy too, So
yeah, it's been a while.
Again, but I might be a little off. But yeah, from what I remember, he was on both shows. But
no, he very well could have, because I know Tom from Cardiac said they had Ufe singing on that tour with him.
Huh.
So I don't know. Weird folk, but like you said, we didn't know what was going on. It's like,
yeah, maybe LG was able to fly out for the fucking West Coast legs or something. Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe Nick realized, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace, LG. Fucking unbelievable legacy, and that's my list, man. Like I told you, that's my list. I'm sticking to it. That's what I've been jamming out all badass recently, and for many years, actually, a lot of them, especially that Def Leppard and Priest. I mean, I've been jamming those out since I was a kid. So
yeah, for sure. So
but,
cool,
that's
man.
it, man.
Well, I appreciate you being the guinea pig in this whole thing. So
man, it's been fun.
I don't know. I had fun. So
your show will blow up. You're gonna have fucking 5,000 Instagram followers soon.
Yeah, I'm sure. Up. Yeah, I doubt that.
Don't forget me when you're all famous and shit.
No, never. But yeah, everybody, if you actually watching this, just comment and let us know what you think, what you thought. What you thought of Mike's picks, or hell, I thought it was a pretty goddamn good list myself. So, and anybody knows me knows I fucking hate everything. So
if you don't like my picks, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. So. Anyhow, anything you want to add about what you got going on, Mike, or anything? Or?
Yeah, I mean, the Spread Plague Death by Ruin will be out sometime this year. See, let me try to remember this because my brain cells are lacking. See, Robert and I, so Death Metal Cult and Nero One are going to be doing the tapes. And we'll have some cool variants and we're working on some ideas behind the scenes. That Nero One, man, Robert, he likes that fucking weird packaging. So we're trying to come up with
that's awesome.
Shit. So, and I got a buddy that's doing some interesting stuff. So we're going to be doing that for, some limited edition runs on that. And then we'll have the normal ones for those that, want the normal tape or whatever. And then Aaron, Goat Throne. Yes, sir.
There it is.
He's going to be doing the CD. And then my buddy Brandon, Nameless Grave Records, will be doing the vinyl. And we're going to try to time everything together. Unfortunately, the vinyl production is like the one that's going to take the longest. So we're going to try to get everything together all at the same time and kind of put it out there. And it'll be in everybody's faces, probably, hopefully, if everything comes together, late summer, early fall or whatever. Like I said, it just really depends on the vinyl.
Yeah. I mean, I think we both know what's going on with the vinyl stuff.
Oh yeah, no, it's a pain in the ass, and the pandemic just basically fucked everything up even worse. It was already fucked up and behind, so everything's taking forever. I will announce officially that we do have another split finally coming out with the mighty Anatomia.
Oh shit!
Fat Ass Records over there in Eastern Europe. Our buddy Paul.
Wait, what? Fat
Ass Records, man. Yeah, he does a lot of grindcore shit.
Jamming out all fat ass.
Jamming out all fat ass. That's my fucking backstory. But he does. He did that cardiac arrest, radiation sickness split. He does a lot of death metal stuff
Yeah,
too.
I have that. That's cool.
He did the Grave Hill Necrophil split. I think he's done some death metal stuff, man. He's mainly like a gore grind and grindcore, hardcore grind, power violence type guy. But
Right.
he likes his death metal. So
Sick.
yeah, we were. There was a couple bands that we were supposed to do the split with, and that all fell apart. And then Takashi's awesome, and of course Anatomian fucking rules. So I hit him up, and he said, of course, he'd love to. And then it's taken a while, but it's finally going to be coming out. So, and then Ruin has a 3-way split, hopefully coming out this year with Blood Fiend from Argentina, and my friend Alejandro from Pounder, and his band Morgrat, good grindcore stuff. So it's like a little 3-way split thing. It'll be tape and CD probably at some point. Try to get that going. We got a special.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Now we got another. Ruin's always fucking busy, man. So we got another special release that's going to be done through Frozen Screams fanzine and Blood Harvest. So it'll be tape and vinyl only. It's cool. Going to be fucking interesting. So we'll be working on that too, probably in a couple weeks. David and I will get together and start hashing the songs out for that, and then we'll get to recording probably in a couple months and get that rolling. But we'll keep everybody posted. Stay on the Death Metal Cult Bandcamp, and all the latest fucking shit will be popping up on there and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll put all the links. Just give me the links, and I'll put them in the description for everybody to.
Yeah, for sure.
Head over to your sites and buy some merch, man. Hey, speaking of merch, if anybody wants to buy this original Ruin shirt, I got it right here.
Well soiled with BO.
Yeah. Worn by me.
Fucking cooled off by the ceiling fan.
Oh yeah, hey, yeah. Hold on, I had a feeling you were gonna say that. So let me.
Gotta have the fucking ceiling fan, man.
Let me fix this. I blurred this shit because I got a fucking mess. But let me see. Let me see if you can see the ceiling fan. There it is.
Oh shit!
There she is. There's the infamous ceiling fan.
That fan writes all the Thy Feeble Savior and Cemeterian riffs.
Yeah, all I do is listen. I listen to it, and that's what inspires me. Just the fucking ceiling fan. Oh shit! I just saw that. You see that Chicago Cubs thing? I know somebody's gonna call me out on it because I'm fucking
fuck that shit.
Diehard Astros, but that was actually used for I forgot what I used it for, but
do your coke on it.
I probably need to go ahead and send that to Steve-O or somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, get rid of that shit. Steve-O is the only one allowed to talk about the Cubs.
I'm sorry I even fucking showed it.
Fuck the Astros too, by the way.
Whoa. All right, this show's over. This fucking show is over. All right, well, cool, man. Like I said, I'll put everything on there.
But you got that split with the Praver coming out, and that'll be on Cavernous on CD, and then Nero 1 on cassette. We'll, again, stay in touch with the Bandcamp on that one. We'll have tracks up, and people will be able to get that stuff, and then you'll be able to get the physical stuff through the label, obviously. And then we got the Kirsten and Charlie have begun the writing process for the second Vrenth full length, so that'll be coming out probably early next year. And I got Gasp.
I forgot about Gasp.
Psych, hardcore band or whatever. It's been around forever, so. We got a bunch of shit coming out, keeping busy with that or whatever. We haven't been able to get together in a room and jam. They're all out in LA County. So, like I said, LA got hit really hard with the pandemic. So it's kind of like, yeah, fuck, I love y'all, but I got to stay away. I got to be safe. So, Cynthia has asthma and stuff like that. And she was just like, yeah, I don't want to be in a room with like 5-6 people. It's kind of crazy right now, which it's understandable. And I think, Mitch and Scott were the same way. Basically, we've been able to keep in touch through, shit like this, Zoom meetings and whatnot, keep in touch over the phone. And we have a bunch of back catalog releases coming out. The Drone Trailer album just came out on To Live a Lie on cassette for the first time. And then my boy Ralph over there at Haunted Hotels doing some vinyl, Sore for Days and Drome. The demo Sore for Days. And fucking Ralph rules, man. What's up, Ralph? Rules. But so we got some shit in the works. Obviously, we'll be hitting the road circuit, not doing any touring with Gasp or Ruin, but you might see both bands next year, hopefully, by the time everything can calm down and we can get some live events going again. I think we're probably, we're not able to tour, but we'll probably do some festival type stuff or whatever when it's safe and everything's back to normal. We'll be able to fly out
Gasp.
for a weekend or something. You know, hopefully everyone get down to Texas. You know, and play
Hell
Houston.
yeah. That'd be
Got to play
badass.
with either HRA or Cemeterian or both. You know, fucking get the friends on there, get all the homies on the show.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick. You know,
Stack
whenever.
Curse on there, fucking Carlos.
Yeah, we'll get Billy Gibbons to come out to the show and shit.
Oh, dude, yeah, I could fucking shoot myself after fucking seeing ZZ Top in Texas if I ever was able to see that, or just even hang out with Billy. You know, I'm retired. I'm done. I'm retired with life. That's it.
Well, if you ever meet Billy Gibbons, don't say fuck the Astros because he loves the fucking Astros.
He'll fucking take a swing on me, huh?
Yeah, probably. That's Billy Gibbons, dude. Well, we got his back, dude. You're fucked, Mike. You're fucked.
Ah, fuck, man. That's all right. This ain't the first time I got jumped.
Yeah, no shit. Well, shit. Well, cool, man.
Yeah, thanks for fucking having me on, brother. It's fucking cool. It
was fun.
Jam out all, talk about stuff, jamming all badass.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So again, hey, you know, thanks for anybody who's watching this. I know, you know, it's kind of hard to watch two sexy motherfuckers like this for over an hour, but
yeah, those people were asking for nudity and tits and shit. It's like, fuck, who hurt them, man? Who hurt those fucking sickos? Jesus fucking Christ! I feel sorry for their souls, man.
Yeah, they got
want to see us naked, motherfuckers. Jesus.
No, sir. So, well, cool, Mike. I'm gonna play the jam out all badass song.
All right.
Play the outro, and I'll be talking to you here pretty quick, dude.
Yes, sir. Is that the song again? I can't even hear it.
Later, fuckers!